Hello, people. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Yes, this is the review for Brentford versus Chelsea. I know I'm sounding very excited, obviously, because we stay top of the table. Not very easy, yes. A potential banana skin, yes, the bees weren't easy, and that is what we got. And before we get into it, let's smash that like button as well as subscribe. Don't forget the share button on YouTube, yes, and any other platform that you see, because we are coming up with a lot more content and we are always open for feedback. So do comment below. But most importantly, I would like to request you all to press that bell notification icon. The moment Almighty Blues FC uploads a video or is live, you will be notified and you can watch then or later. But do press that bell notification icon. Great to basically come back because this is 3 points. Yes, it is a review, and let's start with how we started. The starting 11: Thomas Tuchel. He did not have Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. We did cover in the preview, right? The link is there again. But Malang Sarr started. Yes, Malang Sarr. Yes, he started. We'll come to that. But he started at left centre back. Kudos to him, basically, to trust in Sarr. But I was definitely concerned. How about you? In midfield, the surprise was we started with three in central midfield. Yes, it was N'Golo Conte, Mateo Kovacic, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Yes, we went five in midfield with the wing backs put together, so 3-5-2 on paper. And back it was Chalobah and Christensen being the rest of the defense, along with, of course, Mendy, the goalkeeper. Up front, no guesses, it was Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku. It was basically very surprising for me because Man City game, remember, it didn't really work. I know it worked great against Spurs in the second half, but for me, I was expecting an attacker, maybe not Kante to begin like we had covered in the preview, but again, Tuchel knows his stuff and he knows why he's doing certain things. I was wondering, who would be taking the free kicks, because usually it's either Mason Mount or Reece James or even Marcos Alonso. All three were not there. Mason Mount and Reece James were there on the bench, and we did see them coming on later. But in terms of the start, well, we definitely had possession, no two ways about it. But that quick passing was missing again with Mason Mount not being there. Was that one of the reasons? What do you think? Comment below. For me, that was certainly the reason. But 21st minute, that is when Brentford got their first corner. And you know what? We knew that Brentford are a great side when it comes to set pieces. That is what happened, because the first corner, Brentford hit the post. Yes, Mendy in the first half was a bit dodgy, I can say that, but we still saved it and it hit the post. And in fact, it was Timo Werner of that corner of Brentford counter-attacked, and he almost got Lukaku through, who scored even, but Lukaku was offside, just about, right? As in, Lukaku in this game was offside far too often for me. Again, we'll come to details later on what happened, but definitely, Lukaku was not moving fast enough. Lukaku was not his usual self. I don't know. As in, what may be the reason? Maybe the internationals that he played. I don't know. Maybe that fatigue that he had. Remember that muscle fatigue? Something was certainly missing in terms of his quick movement, which he also has picked up in recent years. But again, 37 minute. Yes, till then we were having a lot of possession and Brentford were not really creating, but were kind of, just holding back. Timo Werner, it was in the 37 minute, who had a great chance. In my opinion, he probably should have scored or at least worked the goalkeeper. Chilwell got in a great position. Chilwell was getting in the central attacking midfielder role almost, throughout the game. Great runs by him. He got a great header, I think, to Romelu Lukaku, who actually, for a change, as in, held the ball well and let in Timo Werner, a running Timo Werner in, who had a volley to shoot, but it was well over the bar. Should have worked the goalkeeper, like I said. But yes, till that time, I think we already had, 3 or 4 attempts, but none on target. And that was when I was beginning to think that, hey, this is another one of those draws nil-nils that we used to have last season, or what? As in, or Brentford will score on the counter, you never know. That's something that I was really, wondering that, hey, we need to do something about it, and something needs to change. Not much of movement in the midfield except for maybe Loftus-Cheek. And I think, yes, Kante and Kovacic did have a couple of good plays with, I think, Kovacic once and Kante once kind of playing through Timo Werner. But again, Timo Werner was not fantastic in that first half, like just off his pace a little bit. Again, comment below what you think about that first half, but that's when a couple of very important moments happened. I think in the 42nd minute, yes, it was basically a great challenge, a well-timed, I think, last-minute challenge by Malang Sarr, which kind of saved us blushes. Yes, Malang Sarr in his debut in that first half also did quite well for me. And 45th minute, a couple minutes later, yes, it was Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, the volley star. He can score volleys for fun nowadays, right? Superb goal. I know it has to be also given to Kante. I think it was Kante who kind of played to, I think, Kovacic was it, and then, or was it Aspi? Yes, Kante to Aspilicueta, and Aspilicueta, I think, crossed to Lukaku, who kind of fended off the defender quite well, but it kind of rebounded back to Chilwell on the left flank, and Chilwell was right there, took a beautiful volley, and the goalkeeper had no chance. We were 1-0 away up. Great at the stroke of halftime, great point to score as well, but still, it was just 1-0 in halftime. At halftime, I was saying, like, hey, Loftus-Cheek has been brilliant, definitely. Yes, he was playing more like a defensive midfielder compared to the other two midfielders, but it was kind of working for sure. Like, he was definitely beating his man, taking on people, as well as, defending deep well and protecting the, three the back for me quite well. Like, that really works. But in terms of the other players, yes, Ben Chilwell obviously got the goal, and defensively also he was quite sound compared to what Alonso was. And other players, I think Christensen had a good first half, but again, Aspilicueta, not enough of him in the first half. Timo Werner, as I said, should have probably worked the goalkeeper. And, Malang Sarr had a good game. I have to give him that in the first half especially. Coming to the second half. The second half is when, again, we had a domination in terms of possession to begin, and I was basically thinking that, hey, Timo Werner will probably play more attacking and there'll be more balls played to him and he'll get in better positions quickly, that he was just about missing in the first half. But no, he was again playing off Lukaku. It was technically a 3-5-2, but it was more like a 3-5-1-1, with Timo Werner kind of playing off Lukaku and at times even on the right wing. And till then, I think it was about the hour mark, and the Bees, as they're called, Brentford, hadn't got, yes, I don't think they had got a single attempt on target except for that, the ball that hit the post. And they have not even they had not even scored, I think, or rather created any open play chance. So that was kind of, surprising to me, because Brentford are also known to score goals, right? In the recent games, we've seen that. But, that is when I thought, something's got to give. Like, that is when they need to come out and play. And that is when I think a great kind of, call by the referee. Yes, Anthony Taylor, luckily, or maybe the linesman kind of helped us, but it was a fact as well. I think Ivan Toney claimed that Chalobah tripped him, and Ivan Toney was the last man. Luckily that wasn't given as a foul. I was thinking that, Anthony Taylor, knowing him, would give a foul against Chelsea, and that goes, a red card. But no, that wasn't the case, and rightly so. Definitely that wasn't a trip. Very soft if it would have given. I don't know. Like, again, comment below what you think. But in terms of Kovacic, Kovacic is someone that I would like to talk about, because I think in that early second half, Kovacic was really missing. He was off the boil. Like, he wasn't getting that final third pass at all, like missing his passes. So that's when I thought that it's time. By the way, Kovacic was booked very early on, so maybe that was one of the reasons, that he wasn't really confident, and maybe he kind of loses the ball and he'd have to kind of track back and maybe get a second yellow. So maybe that's why he was playing that like that. But yes, a substitution was needed because we weren't kind of really creating enough in that first half of the second half. So it was Mason Mount who came on. I think the 65th minute. Yes, it was Kovacic going off and Mason Mount coming on, and we going back to the 3-4-2-1 with Mason Mount and Werner obviously playing off Lukaku, but. I think it was basically in the 62nd minute, just before the substitution, that Kante again, kind of let in Timo Werner, but he was, kind of slow, I would say. And yes, and Lukaku, I think again he had a chance. I think Werner was trying to, play those through passes, and Lukaku was again offside a lot of times. Like, again, I have to kind of repeat that. And at that point, I think Brentford had, I think, two attempts with none on target, with Chelsea having five but only one on target, of course, a goal. But that is when things change. Yes, it was basically, I think, three phases of the game that Brentford dominated. Yes, they dominated, hear it out. 70th to 75th minute, 80th to 85th minute, and 90th to 95th, or rather 94th minute. These were the three phases. In a way, you can say the last 20-25 minutes Brentford dominated, and I don't know, for some reason Azpilicueta and Chilwell was not getting forward at all, and obviously there was something missing. And I know Azpilicueta was finally taken off, I think, for Reece James, I think around the 85th minute. But even before that, what happened? Brentford had another big call in terms of a penalty. Yes, it was Chalobah again. Chalobah and Tony, they had a battle going on, right? A great battle. Again, comment below. What do you think about that? This time, it was, I think, Chalobah, I think, kind of fending off Tony, but, also hitting him is what Tony claimed. I don't know. But luckily, it was deemed to be offside already. So it wasn't really, going to VAR, if I'm not wrong. And obviously, we kind of escaped. Rightly so, again, that's what I would say. And also in this period that I mentioned, like 70 to 90 minute, we were missing a lot of headers, especially Andreas Christensen, one of the players who did well in that first half, was definitely missing. He was missing a lot of headers along with Malang Sarr. Headers, I know Brentford have been great in set pieces. That's something that we always knew, that long balls in, and just set pieces overall, like, Brentford will be dangerous, but Christensen and Malang Sarr could be doing better in those headers. Having said that, Malang Sarr, he really bailed us out a couple of times, but even more so in the second half, it was Chalobah. And before I come to the main guy, I have to mention Chalobah, because yes, Chalobah got one goal line clearance, but as I said before that, a main person, the hero of the game for me, yes, it was maybe in the last half an hour or 25 minutes only, but Edward Mendy. This guy has to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation. Shocked that he's not nominated. He was super world class and above. Like, the guy actually got 5 saves, I think, back to back. And what kind of saves? Point blank saves. Terrific. Just terrific. I think two saves were really out of the world. Like, one was, I think, by his head. He just came out, made himself big, and he didn't care whether the Brentford player's knee would have hit his head. It almost did. I think he also injured himself for a minute, but came back strong for another brilliant save. I think Brentford, honestly speaking, deserved to score. Like, what do you all think? I think Brentford deserved to score. I have to say that. Definitely, they hit the post again. That was another thing. A second time, I believe the same Brentford player, was about to score, and I don't remember the name of the player. If you do, comment below. But for me, that second save, that world-class second save that Mendy made off that bicycle kick in the very last minute, superb, superb. Obviously, kudos to even Azpilicueta just before getting replaced. I think he also made a last-ditch tackle. So obviously, he helps us always. But I think Mendy, along with Chalobah and Malang Sarr, were probably the heroes of the second half. Really, if I have to be very honest. And the first half, as I mentioned, it was Loftus-Cheek and, of course, Ben Chilwell, who won us the game along with Mendy. Mendy, for me, the man of the match. The top 3 players of the match for you. For me, definitely, it was Edward Mendy, and of course Ben Chilwell, followed by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Kante in that second half also had a brilliant game, and Malang Sarr and Chalobah definitely deserve shout outs. Not easy, three defenders who have not played together was very difficult. And out of the three, I expected Christensen to be the top man, but it turned out to be Malang Sarr and Chalobah, of course, with Mendy's help, like, which was the main thing. And Chilwell, great defending as well as attacking. Kudos to them. And sometimes we have to win ugly. I know earlier on the day, I think Liverpool won away 5-0 to Watford, and I was thinking, like, with Chelsea, Chilwell at Chelsea mix, But anyway, with Chelsea, ever score 5 goals away, as in that's not been something that has been coming in Chelsea. Like, I'm not seeing that, but hopefully it will. I know Kai Havertz came on late and Lukaku was subbed as well. Didn't have a great game, and hopefully when things get clicking in the final third, which was again kind of missing today, we will get there. But it's just a matter of time. For now, winning ugly and winning these games which we probably would have drawn or maybe lost earlier under Lampard or maybe initial part of Tuchel even. That's something that we have improved on. So let's go on, build on that. And most importantly, top of the table is where we stand, and we just broke a record. Anyone? Yes, I told you in the preview, right? 7 away league derbies in London. First team ever in England to do it. Great one, Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. Onwards and upwards we go. I hope you like this review. Quick match reaction. Again, let me know what do you think will be Chelsea's position come the end of the season. I know it's just 8 game weeks and with a few matches to go as well, but for me we are looking definitely very strong at the back. Yes, the opposition are creating more chances, but Mendy is there, right? We need to definitely work our attackers more in terms of getting them through balls, and that's something that Loftus-Cheek coming in form will help. So only can go better from here. And who was your second player of the match? Like, I know Mendy for me has to be the man of the match, and for me second player of the match has to be Ben Chilwell for that goal. Maybe Loftus-Cheek, maybe N'Golo Kante, Sarr, Chalobah, I don't know. And till then, take care, smash that like button. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Press that bell notification, and there's a share button as well that you see on YouTube and on other channels. Take care. Up the Chels.